Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Level With You show. My name is Wiley Olmstead. I am today joined by, to my right, Tyler Hadley.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again.
It's going very good. And to my left, Kenny Castro.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it hanging? Hopefully to the left, but how's it going?
It's going
I like it better to the right, just saying.
No preference. Anyway, so this is a new podcast. Me and Tyler have done this before, but we're getting a new crew together and getting a new channel going, and we're very excited. It's going to be mostly video game related. We might throw in some other shows in the future. Hopefully we can expand to that point. But for now, this is the sort of mainline podcast where we discuss what we've been playing, some gaming news, another couple fun segments. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself, Tyler.
About myself? Oh my gosh, I hate doing this part of the show.
Okay, what's new in your world?
Ask me a question. Ask me a very specific question.
Okay, what is something fun that happened to you this week?
Something fun that happened to me. Oh, I have a really good story, actually.
Okay.
So I went to Kansas City, and
right.
I went there for a work training. And probably the funniest thing that happened to me on that entire trip. So my Uber driver from the airport to the hotel was this old retired guy. Had to be probably late 60s, 70s probably. And I was expecting him to tell me about the town. I was asking him about food, where the good restaurants were.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, you can go to these places, and then afterwards, if you're trying to pick up girls, like, this is where you gotta go.
Damn.
I'm like, okay. And he's like, he starts making all these gestures. He's like, yeah, you take them back to your hotel room, and then you...
Wow.
So I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
That's, how many stars did you give him?
Oh, I gave him 5 stars. But he told me this really funny joke.
Okay.
And he goes, if you ever want to make a girl smile, all you have to do is go up to her and say...
I'm worried.
Please be.
Yeah, you go to her and you say, tickle your ass with a feather.
Okay. Is there a punchline?
What?
Okay.
What?
It went over my head, and then he goes, typical Kansas City weather. I'm like, what does that even mean? He goes, all right, you go to a girl, you say, tickle your ass with a feather. And then she's like, what did you say? And then you go, typical Kansas City weather. Because they sound kind of similar.
Oh, okay.
And it totally went over my head.
It's still going over mine.
just because they kind of sound similar. And I'm like,
So you can play it off, you know.
Word.
I guess it's real quick to get you a harassment one too. You know, somebody to be like,
harassment 1, 2.
he said tickle my ass with a feather.
Yeah, Kansas City was cool.
You had some good barbecue?
Some really good barbecue.
So.
Some
Nice.
of the best.
What was the highlight?
The highlight of the barbecue?
Yeah.
I had some really good pulled pork at this one restaurant. I mean, I only went to 2 places because I went there for 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
But some really good pulled pork.
And there was what? You went to Q39 or something?
Yeah, I went to Q39. I went to Jack Stacks. Jack Stacks has a couple of different locations, apparently. Q39 was like a half-hour walk from the hotel. But it was pretty nice. It was a nice walk.
I mean, was it like a cut above barbecue you get around here?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's no Wildwood Wiley.
Oh.
But
Don't even.
that was a fun thing I've done recently. It was a cool trip.
That's cool. What about you,
Oh, what about me?
Kenny C?
You want me to talk about me or what about my week? Because I could tell you about my long walks.
Say whatever you want to say, man.
About my long walks on the beach, being my hair being tickled by my fiance.
Well, that sounds
you know?
nice.
Your hair was
Start
tickled by
there.
your fiance?
Yeah, I just love it. I go fall asleep to that. No. This past week, nothing too interesting. Just picked up Mortal Kombat 11, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we can just get right into the games.
Oh damn! You want to rush me off? Wowzers! Episode 1, he's rushing me. All right, Wiley, tell us about your week, Wiley.
My week? Shit, I wasn't ready for this.
Oh, you want to rush me?
Oh,
No, I starting a new job soon. That's very exciting.
that's exciting. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
He's growing up.
So proud of you.
So yeah, I've been doing that. I'm also getting married in a few months.
Amazing.
So proud of you.
I'm feeling the pride. So I've been doing emailing with caterers / clergy /
A boy's growing up.
all that stuff. Yeah, got a wife, a 9 to 5. Things are looking good.
The tears are shedding.
It's all happening in the same year. Who'd have thought?
On Sunday and one day I watched Avengers Endgame, and now everybody's talking about episode 3 of season 8 of Game of Thrones, which
Yes.
I guess we won't get into spoilers, but
Spoilers all day.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
If you want us to have a spoiler cast of anything, let us know
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
below.
All right. So this is a video game show. I want to talk about a little bit what I've been playing to start it off. Spyro the Dragon, hot off the presses. Maybe you've heard
What
about
a
it.
classic.
The trilogy.
Yeah, the trilogy. My roommate actually had it. She got it for some holiday, and
Oh, she got it. So Nikki was playing Spyro?
she was, and she's a
Interesting.
total completionist. So she's never beat
wow.
any video game. She's not really. She's a very like once in a blue moon gamer. But I was like, yeah, I beat it, and she was like, what? You got 100%? I was like, hell no, I didn't get 100%. I'm not going around every level getting every little rupee or gem. And she's like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do it like that. I have like if I don't have the 100%, then it's just like
It's not done.
Yeah.
I gotta, you gotta
so.
get it.
I mean, I respect that, but it was a good time. At first, I was like, first couple of worlds, this is just easy as shit. I can, I just had beaten Sekiro, and so this was sort of to be my like comfort. This is like my vacation game after Sekiro. Taking a nice sabbatical with the old Spyro the Dragon, and it was super super easy the first couple worlds, but then they started introducing like more enemies at once, and I died a few times, but super charming. It's just really traversal puzzles, just like, oh, how can I glide over this spot? That's really where the appealing part of the challenge comes. I don't know if I'm gonna get right into Ripto's Rage right away. Probably not. Maybe in a month or two down the road, but. I was always a Crash kid growing up. I don't know about you guys, but I
was a Spyro kid.
You were?
Yeah.
I definitely played more Spyro than Crash.
Well,
I see you only got 10% of your achievements, so.
Oh, really? I'm looking it up right now.
I just pulled it off as we're talking.
Well, I saw credits rolling. That was good enough for me. But that was weird, though. I think there might be something wrong with the achievements because I logged in one day and I got like 5 popped up at once.
Oh, they might. So I know that.
So they might be delayed.
Yeah, Xbox sometimes does that. If the servers are down, you won't get the achievements right then and there.
Yeah,
You'll get it like a couple days after, but it'll still track it.
For some reason, since I've got my Xbox, I have had a lot more issues as far as staying connected to the internet than I have with the PS4. And I think it's probably just because of my isolated house where I have 2 Xbox Ones. My roommate also is using one, and I know that has screwed around with it a little bit. But
Are you hardwired?
I'm
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
I hardwire everything. So.
Yeah. If I could, I would, but it's just not.
Yeah, so that could be it. That could just I can honestly say that at least the Xbox One, I don't have much good news about the Wi-Fi. I think it's always been shitty.
Yeah.
So that's why I hardwire everything.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I think I think that'll be better after you get married.
I remember when I had my original Xbox hardwired with the 50-foot Ethernet cable because that was the only way you could do it back then.
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah, before they dropped the
playing that
adapter.
Halo 2 with the Halo 2 downloadable maps disc.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember, my dad's house, they used to run a 50 or 100-foot Ethernet cable, from one side of the house on the first floor, through a hole down to the basement where my room was, and all the way to the other side of the house when this Ethernet cable was I gotta play online, Dad. My friends, they need me.
It's a real struggle. But anyway, Kenny, you've been playing something that's new, and I want to give the audience something a little bit more relevant than a remake of a title from 1996. So tell me a little bit about Mortal Kombat 11.
Ooh, I can tell you a lot about Mortal Kombat 11, especially a little bit about what happened yesterday in MK11. I'm not going to put anybody on blast, all the way at the other end of the table. But they got mercied. There's no option in MK11 instead of doing a brutality or a fatality, you can mercy somebody.
Oh, really?
And give them a sliver of health back, and the match resumes from that point. Whatever health you have left, and they get a little portion back.
That is going to be great when it's pulled off in an esport tournament.
So, somebody already pulled it off. I don't know what tournament it was or who did it. Somebody pulled it off, mercied them, brought them back, and just wrecked them again. So Tyler. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna put you on blast, but so I mercied him.
Don't say any names.
Brought him back, and then performed the brutality on him to end the match.
Damn.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. So I'm hoping after the podcast, you present a better challenge than him.
Well, this is after Kenny's played for 100 hours. I mean, he's got a lot of practice soon.
It's a lie.
I had 0 hours in.
I picked up this game on Thursday. Not even launch day.
Can I ask if you've been playing the story mode?
Yes, I have. The story, I can say one of the things I do look forward to with Mortal Kombat games is the story.
Yeah, I mean, they've been phenomenal since 9.
Phenomenal. I say that's where a lot of the other games are lacking. With Street Fighter.
Just fighting games in general.
No story. Mm-hmm. But MK, I like it. They present you this whole time warp story to it. And just all the timelines just converging in.
Seems like they're really leaning into the goofy stuff.
Well, honestly, I think I would like to say what they're trying to do is retcon some stuff and fix it and kind of start from point 0.
Gotcha.
And then take off from there and be able to bring back characters that were dead and explain to you why they're back. Okay. And be able to reuse them instead of trying to always just create all these new characters and add to the lore. You got good characters that you can use, but Mortal Kombat 3 they died, or whatever, Armageddon they died. Mm-hmm. So I think it's their way of saying, all right, we're gonna bring these characters back, and this is how we did it.
Cool. So what are characters that weren't in previous, in 10, for instance? Because that's really the only one that I really dove deep into.
I know, if I'm correct, if I remember right, Cabal wasn't in 10, so Cabal's back. Who else was not in 10? I don't think Frost was in 10, and she's back. Which is Sub-Zero's.
I think Baraka's a big deal, right?
Baraka is a big deal. He's dope. Somebody I could kind of deal with not having is Kodokan, because I find them for me I'm not good with him. He's slow, clunky.
Is he the one you had to pre-order to get?
No, that's Shao Kahn.
Oh, okay.
Kodokan is the one that takes over takes over the throne of Outworld after Shao Kahn is dead and stuff like that. And he's supposed to be a lot better than Shao Kahn. He's not a dictator ruler or things like that. But Kodo, I just find them to be real slow and clunky. Even though Shao Kahn is slow, but he just feels powerful. Kodo feels like I'm slow, but unless you're good with me, you're not gonna do too much. We got some new characters in there. You end up finding out that the big bad in this one was Shinnok's mother.
Oh, what's her name? She's one of the new characters. She's green lady.
Yeah. Chronica. And then you find out that Shinnok's sister, Centurion, and then you got Garrus, who honestly I could see unless they nerf him, I could feel like people who get really great with him are gonna be OP in tournaments. Because he has these moves that from afar he could bring you up and bring you in close with his sand time moves, and it's really, really out there.
So as far as the mechanics of the moment to moment fighting, I know that there's a defensive and an offensive meter now.
Yes.
How do you think that's working?
I actually like that better than what we had before, which was, build up the meter and then you could pull off that, X-ray move whenever.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. It took too long.
So now your X-ray move, which is a fatal blow, can only be used once per match, not round.
Okay.
And it comes when you need it the most, when your health is real low.
That's smart.
So it comes when you're desperate, when you're in a corner. So it's all right, here it is. You can use it now, and it's the first round to pull one round out, maybe, or use it and still lose, and then don't have it again.
Does it do 30% of their health or something?
It does enough.
A lot, yeah.
So if your opponent is not that much, doesn't have that much more health, it changes the whole landscape. It could literally win the round for you. So I know I pulled off a couple of those to win the round against Tyler yesterday.
I'm getting excited to play it now.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I think also with the attack and defense bars, it adds, so you can pull off a special move and then add to it with that with one of your offensive bars, but you have to wait for it to fill up. So it's not you can over abuse it. Also.
Wait. Where's there's things that the offensive and defensive bars do, and you didn't even tell me about it.
I don't even.
Oh my god.
Okay, Tyler, I wasn't even using them on you. All right, because I'm not even.
Now I'm starting to see. He's just like, oh, just squares, punch, circles, kick. That's pretty much all there is to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, I taught him how to block, and then we went into it. You know?
Yeah, Archie's block. Let's go.
You know, listen, I was just uppercutting Tyler left and right, so that's all.
Uppercuts have always been OP, you know.
Completely. And now what I like is you'll notice when you play it, let's say you pull off an uppercut when it's a counter attack, like you duck somebody's attack and then you uppercut them, it goes into like an X-ray, so it almost feels like a crit. So it does a little more damage than normal.
So
at least that's what I've noticed.
Perfect dodge type
exactly
thing.
Yep,
that's cool.
Yeah, and you could pull off a flawless block. I don't know really if that does anything, but
so the game's been getting like pretty much near critical acclaim, but a lot of the fans are pretty unhappy with the microtransactions in it. Have you found that intrusive?
I really don't really buy into the microtransactions. Like they're there. If you buy it, you buy it. You know. But I do think that the crypt is a grind.
Yeah, I heard that it's too grindy.
It's way too grindy. Like I just found a chest that's 250,000 coin. I'm like, I haven't even amassed that much at
Over
one point.
All your hours of playing.
Yeah, like most likely I have, but I spend it right away. Once I hit like 100,000, I spend it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, Jesus, come across a 250,000 one. What am I supposed to do? It's like I have to do the towers of time.
Yeah, the towers too sound like they're getting pretty mixed. Like I don't know.
So for people, the towers of time is just like the tower. What is it? The towers? Or what was it called? Injustice.
Or like little warp planets or something.
Yeah,
I forget what it was called.
Yeah, in Injustice it was like alternate realities or timeless, right?
Or it's essentially where they just add these modifiers in that, you know, now there's going to be flames coming from the ceiling
or it'll be like there's one tower.
You get frozen every 3 seconds. Like some of them are real pains in the ass.
Yeah, but you know you can pop. So now at least I can remember in Injustice 2 if you could, but here you can pop your own like little consumables. So you get like extra effects. So if you wanna, there's one that you.
That's only in this mode, right?
Yeah, in Towers of Time.
Okay.
So not in the regular mode.
Gotcha.
Not in regular versus, but you could pop like a crystal to replenish your health or 50% of your health.
And can you buy those?
You get them in the crypts, in the box, in the chest.
Okay, so kind of, but maybe not directly.
You can't directly buy them. But you could indirectly get them
because a box or something.
Yeah, because you could replenish the boxes, and let's say one chest had artwork, right? It's not going to replenish the artwork because you already unlocked it. So now it's going to throw in like consumables in that chest when it closes it up again. Because you could do that in the crypt. You could replenish all the chests that you already opened so that you can go open it again.
Weird.
And get like most likely these consumables and things like that.
Is there like a nice sense of progression? Like I'm really filling my crypt out. Like I opened all these chests, or does it just feel like a never-ending type thing?
So I like the crypt in a way, not the grindy part of it. What I like about the crypt is the part where it has some nostalgic feel to it. Like you go to Goro's lair and you have Goro sitting there dead, like his skeleton's dead, and you're like, wow, you know, it's Goro, like, you know, walking around. And you can actually find Reptile, but not the Reptile we know. When you first find him, the Mortal Kombat movie Reptile. Remember how he looked like a little creature? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like acting like a statue. You could find him, but you gotta find this blindfold, throw it on, then look for him. So it has these moments of nostalgia in it.
That's pretty neat.
You could go to the area because it's Sanction's Island, so it's pretty much almost like the island from the movie. You know, so you kind of could go into that dining.
It's third person this time. Right?
Oh yeah,
because it was first person in 10.
Exactly.
I think
being
able to see your character and all
run
your
around and
outfit.
open up chests and things like that. You gather items like the moment right off rip you pick up Shao Kahn's hammer. So you throw it on your back and you're running around with Shao Kahn's hammer just smashing things. You know, but
sounds all right.
And then you could get Scorpion Spear and just start ripping people off of hooks and ripping them apart, grabbing hearts from them. So it's interactive and nostalgic all in one, but it's grindy, extremely.
Well, maybe they'll patch it.
So my understanding is that soon with the first big patch, they're gonna give people 500,000 coin, 200,000 soul fragments, and not 200,000, but 200 soul fragments and about 100 hearts. So they're trying to find a way to just be like, hey, we made it grindy, but here's some free coin. Go open up chests.
But we're not changing it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like maybe they'll make it easier to get coins.
Yeah, or
whatever. It sounds like there's several different currencies.
I can say that the coins do a tower. You can get about between 25 to 50,000 coins. At least the towers I've seen.
Okay.
So if you do a couple towers, you can glitch it up, and if you want,
do you get coins from the story mode?
Yes, you do.
You do.
It doesn't tell you how much, but it says coins awarded and some other items.
Okay.
I do say what I do like the most is the customization, being able to put different outfits with different color schemes and change some of the aesthetics, like change how Sub-Zero's face mask looks.
Yeah.
Gives me that personal sense that this Sub-Zero I'm making is mine.
That's cool.
I might hop online, it's not going to look the same as little Jimmy on the other side of the world.
Games are so about that these days.
Right.
Just making your character look cool. I mean,
And unique.
yeah. I mean, that's what
I'm about it.
Destiny is all about. It's looking cool while it's also an awesome first-person shooter, which I still going back to.
Any multiplayer game nowadays is
Yeah.
Division and Destiny and
Fortnite. It's the biggest.
Fortnite. Yeah.
It's crazy hearing some kids I know talk
Apex
about
and-
the desire for a certain skin or a certain umbrella or whatever. So, anything else you want to say about MK before we move on?
I'm definitely gonna pour in hours into it. I can't wait for the DLC characters.
He's not even good.
Wow. After this podcast,
After this
podcast, I'm gonna
All right, let me
give another couple L's to Tyler.
Let me ask you, who do you think will win in a fight, me or Wiley?
Wiley.
Even having never played it, thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to put some money on it? You want to bet something? You want to put a pizza on it?
All right, let's put a pizza for next Monday on it.
Pizza next Monday.
On what? One round or one fight?
Oh, you know what?
best out of three.
Best out of three.
Best out of three.
All right,
Best out of three.
shake on it.
All right.
All right,
I
pizza.
like this. I
If-
have nothing to lose. I just get pizza.
And you have to sit. If when Wiley wins, you have to sit and watch me and Wiley eat the pizza without grabbing a slice.
You just get it cold when we're full.
You get our crusts.
All right.
No, that's messed up.
That's extremely.
That'll be the intro for next.
We're gonna make 1/4 just cheese. No toppings, just for you.
Gross.
All right, so that's Mortal Kombat 11. Tyler, how about you? You been playing anything?
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Katana Zero. We talked about it a little bit last week when we were going.
That was our rough draft. This is episode 1.
But since then, while I was in Kansas City, I looked up like some of the secrets, because once you finish the game, there's other things that you can unlock.
Cheater.
I looked up how exactly to unlock those. I probably could have found them on my own,
But why?
Lies.
Come on. The internet's part of gaming now. That's my opinion.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a secret boss that was actually really tough. It took me a lot of tries.
Huh. So the bosses they're so quick, but they're so you die on them like 50. Like, why don't you say a little bit what type of game it is in case people don't know?
So Katana Zero is just like a side scroller, Hotline Miami type single hit death
Slash kill.
Yeah, slash kill kind of game.
Where you're essentially trying to clear the room of enemies and then move on, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it just because it after playing through all the levels and having to go back and beat the levels again to unlock some of these secrets, I could really tell how much better I became at the game after
cool.
completed the first time, because I was running through them like there was nothing.
That's what it's good.
I mean, partly because the levels aren't randomly generated or anything like that. They're just kind of the same enemy placements everywhere, so you know exactly how the level's gonna play.
Yeah. This is a game that I almost think could have benefited for some kind of mode to just add replayability that had randomly generated things, but still enjoyed my time with it. I also played this game. I beat it. Well, Tyler says I didn't
No,
beat it.
you definitely did not beat it.
So I did an ending that is kind of
A cheap one?
The cheap one. It's like, I won't spoil it, but it kind of cuts it short by an hour or so. So I still have some more stuff to go back and do. And I also pretty much enjoyed my time with it. I kind of wish there was maybe one more layer of depth to it. Like,
I mean, I thought the story of this game was really interesting.
it was very interesting. I don't think it stuck many landings, but I was always intrigued.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's so many different paths that you can take in terms of whether you want to talk to somebody, whether you want to piss somebody off or be nice to them, or you want to kill somebody, or
Yeah, that was very unique for a game like this.
for a $15 game. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of freaking awesome $15 games these days. Stardew Valley and Hollow Knight came to mind.
yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah, definitely worth the $15. And the story, so like it's after every mission you complete, there's about anywhere from 3 to 8 minutes of dialogue. And the way you respond to characters is they say something and you can quickly press A to say like, get on with it, or give me my medicine, or I don't care, or something. But if you let them say all the things that they're going to say and let the dialogue kind of naturally go out, more dialogue options will open, which could end up changing a level. Like there's one mission where you're like kind of in an office building, and if you piss off the receptionist, I believe, which I did, she calls the cops on you, and it makes the last section of the mission quite a bit harder.
Right. Yeah.
So there's just some neat stuff like that. So yeah, that's Katana Zero.
And like it's interesting because in order to unlock some of these secret things, you have to do certain things in those dialogue options. So you have to go back to possibly even like towards the beginning of the game. Maybe you have to like not piss off the receptionist,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to go forward again. Like you see the receptionist again. She's like, "Oh, hey, you were so nice to me. This guy was just taking a shower."
That's cool. So that's stuff that you really have to look for.
Yeah, so like what you do earlier on in the game like affects what happens later on.
Okay.
That's cool.
I mean, in addition to that, kind of like similarly, I picked up Dead Cells a little bit again while I was on my trip because I wanted like other games to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the game still holds up. I mean,
It's
been out for a while, and
it just came out less than or a year ago or so.
yeah,
And that's one that honestly I gave a fair shot, but I just found it too frustrating to have to restart everything. And it's just roguelikes have never really been my thing. I know there's been one or two that I have gotten, like Binding of Isaac is probably the one that I have had the most fun with.
I should play Binding of Isaac again.
Yeah, that is really just phenomenal.
I've never played that one.
It's really good.
It's really, really good.
Okay.
Very fucked up subject material.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of part of its charm.
I mean, Binding of Isaac was one game that I got through the whole game multiple times. It's definitely not as hard as like a Dead Cells or like a Rogue Legacy or something like that.
Yeah.
Rogue Legacy is another game that's
I actually
impossible.
I actually did beat Binding of Isaac too, and I know that like you're supposed to keep playing and getting all the things, but like once I beat it, I was like, all right, I'm good. Like, I probably put 10 hours into it, and that's like
that's another one that has like special
maybe
bosses
5.
and stuff like that. If you
yeah, there's tons of bosses. Yeah,
Okay. I might have to pick that one up and
and there's
check it out.
hundreds of items like that total like it's total RNG on what type of loadout you get. So you're either like it's a top down twin stick shooter.
So I've seen it. I know my younger cousin picked it up on Steam, so I've seen him play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a gaming PC, so I've never picked it up. So
It's on everything now.
So it's on everything now?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm gonna pick it up.
Switch. Yeah, they have like a physical copy for Switch too.
Oh, then I'm gonna pick it up on the Switch.
Word.
Definitely.
But anyway, you were talking about Dead Cells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play it a whole lot, but I mean, I played it while I was on the plane coming back home.
I definitely respect the hell out of that game. It's just too grindy for me, and the dying and just.
It was kind of tough because like when I did load my game, I was in like the middle of it, so it was
middle of a run.
Yeah, the middle of a run. So I was kind of at like some of the harder stages moving forward. And I was like, oh crap, I have no idea what weapons I have. It's been like months since I played this. And I got through like a decent amount of the way, and then I just died at some point. Can't even remember how. So many things that can kill you in that game.
Weird.
But I did unlock this really cool power up that you press left trigger and you teleport behind an enemy, and your first hit does like critical damage. That was a super cool power up.
That is a very cool power up. Yeah, that was another game. I mean, there would be times where I just really did not like my loadout, and then I found that frustrating. But that's the genre. It's never really clicked with me. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
that's what I've been playing.
cool. Well, we've all been playing a little gem called Ding Dong XL,
Ding dong! Woo!
and
I'll take my bow.
You had all day to freaking play.
Week 1 champion right now.
You had all
we
day
could
to
check.
play.
We could check back in next week to see who has the high score. But as of right now of this podcast, I sit at the top.
I'm sorry, some of us had to work.
Tyler, stop making excuses.
Yeah, I had the high score at the beginning of the day.
But did you end the day with it?
all right, Ding Dong XL. What it is it's a 99-cent game. I think it's on phones and Switch. We heard about it from Kind of Funny, and it's super fun. It's a one-tap button thing. You control a little ball that goes from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen, and you try to avoid objects. There's little power-ups that you're supposed to run into. It's one-hit death. Things get faster as things go. The music's kind of cheesy but catchy. And yeah, so if you got $1 to spare, it's a good I have 3 minutes to kill. What do I want to do right now? It's Ding Dong XL. It's not a bad choice.
No, definitely not.
So I was telling you earlier how the creator Adam Nickervision on Twitter, he liked it. So I did promise we were going to talk about this on the first episode.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
Nice.
So I'll be sending them the link so you can check it out at least.
Yeah, make sure you link it to right when we're talking about it. So.
Exactly.
Nice job on the game.
We'll do a nice little clip. It's addicting, I'm telling you. This morning I was focused. Tyler sent out the message 121 on Ding Dong. I was like, fuck.
I should have never done that because I knew you were going to do something like that. I knew as soon as I said something, I'm like, Kenny's going to try and beat me.
Yeah.
I'm uber competitive. You already know that.
So what do you have now?
126.
Oh, fuck off.
I feel like that's not even high. I don't know.
No.
I feel like other people are probably in the multiple
in the
hundreds.
200, 300, but we're over here arguing over 120s.
But yeah. Ding Dong XL.
Yeah, I swear to God, at this point in time, I regret using my gold coins on it because it deserved my full $1. It deserved it. I only
They
spent
still got
5 cents on it. Yeah, they did, but it should have came from me.
Yeah, well.
You know?
I bought it on my phone too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely addicting.
I think I prefer it on the phone.
I'm over here, I should have brought my Switch so I could have been playing while we were talking.
Have you tried
When Tyler was talking?
the dual?
the dual mode?
Oh, I got it to 40 on me.
Yeah, I only got to 50 or something.
So the dual mode, I don't even know if that's on phone.
It might not be on phone because you have to use both triggers.
Yeah, both triggers. So, yeah. So you use both triggers, and then at one point in time, it starts going back and forth.
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit. And then I was only focusing on one, and I'm like, shit, I gotta use the other one too.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think the mechanic that the longer you wait, the larger the ball gets, and if it gets too big, then you just lose. I think that's really cool.
I had
Tyler,
not even realized that.
I've never waited that long.
Neither have I, but I know that's what would
Okay.
happen.
No,
I know
I
that's what would happen.
Okay.
I did try it one time. I was like, I wonder if I could just sit here, and then I blew up. But,
Yeah.
So you get about 5 seconds before you die.
But then at the same time, the larger it gets, the harder it is to go through some spaces.
And it has this feature where you get a +1 to your score if you just barely hit the edge of a piece.
Impossible.
And
I tried for the longest time to actually just play every piece. Trying
Yeah,
to
I
get
was
like
like,
that.
this
and
must
no
be-
way it was gonna work.
be how the pros do it. And I
there
just
is
accidentally get it.
there is one power up that lets you just rip right through.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
rip
that's
right.
fun.
Yeah.
So once I pick up that one, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ripping through everything.
Yeah,
I got 6 seconds to rip
smashing
through
it.
shit. Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't even the power up that slows time down and slows everything down. I'm not even a huge fan of that one because
It's hit or miss. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're like...
because you're really
really
just
didn't help.
waiting sometimes because they're just right in your way and then you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. maybe if they could buff that in the next
Bump the
patch.
power up. Bump the
You
power
heard
up
that?
on
You
your
heard that,
$1 game.
Necrovision? Bump the power up.
Yeah.
This needs updates on your $1 game.
So, yeah, I think that brings us to. Well, actually, no. There's one more game I want to talk about.
Oh my god! Wiley, another game.
Another game.
Well, we would have had a couple games if Anthony was here. So
Yeah,
this is saving time right
yeah,
now.
we will have a fourth chair. We hope next week. Hi, Anthony.
We miss you.
Who plays Magic?
Apparently, Anthony.
Well, a lot of people do. I'm gonna get ripped apart in the comments. I forget.
Magic is one of those things I've
forget
always
I
looked
said it.
upon from afar and admired.
Magic.
Oh shit! Tyler plays Magic.
You know what? I'm not even judging you. You go to my house. There's like 3 binders of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So no judge here.
Anthony got me into Magic for a little while, and then it got really expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like a commitment financially.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So anyway, so last year, or was it 2017? Yeah, I fell in love with a game called Assassin's Creed Origins. I've never been an Assassin's Creed fan. I actually played them back in the day, like a little bit. I always would bounce off. And
Wake up over there.
this one, I loved the setting. I thought Bayek was a great main character. I thought the way that they sort of Dark Soulsified the combat was really worked for me. The loot system, which was sort of like akin to a Destiny with the colors and the blues and the purples and the golds. That really did it for me. Just the incredible open world. Anyway, this is not even the game I want to talk about. But anyway, it's what got me into the franchise. So right now I'm going back and playing Black Flag for the first time, which I think is from the same studio that made Origins.
Yarg.
Yarr. And so yeah, you play as a pirate. It takes place early 1700s in Cuba and other surrounding islands. And it's super good. It's there's not as much content there's not as much side quest content, which Origins and Odyssey are absolutely filled to the brim with, even too much, you might say. The character, but what I will say, it's a little weird getting used to having to hold R2 to run, which I guess was like a big thing from the earlier games, and this is sort of the last one. Maybe Syndicate had it too, where you had to do that. It's kind of like you're thoughtfully parkouring as opposed to the newer ones where it sort of automatically happens. But combat's still fun. The ship stuff is on a whole nother level than even in Odyssey as far as customization and shit. So yeah, that's Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Just want to say I was playing that. What's up?
What's up? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Kenny's just over here being unprofessional. But yeah, so that's what we've been playing. I'm still doing the Destiny 2 grind. The Revelry, pretty cool event. Got the exotics from that. Still love that game. Still keeps me coming back. I'm not like a die-hard play every day, but yeah, I play a lot of Destiny.
Destiny boy.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna shift gears into cruising for a newsin.
Cruising for a newsin.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one.
I
Had me in awe. I had to close my mouth.
All right. So first up on the list, Riot Games. They've been having some tough times as far as PR goes. It's apparently a culture of just sexism and misogyny and just no fun for the employees. There's been a lot of complaints, and recently there's been rumors of a staged walkout that might or might not happen in the next few days. Anyway, I just thought the article was a good read. It's over in Polygon. I'll read a quote here from it. Over the last couple of months, 5 current and former Riot employees filed lawsuits against the League of Legends publisher, alleging that it fosters a sexist workplace culture, originally reported and detailed in a 2018 Kotaku investigation. Last Thursday, Riot filed a motion to force 2 of those women, whose suits revolved around the California Equal Pay Act, into private arbitration. It's a controversial practice that pushes complaints into extra-legal system with no jury or judge. That makes it much less likely that the employees can hold employers accountable for alleged wrongdoing. In their motions, Riot's lawyer argues that these employees waived their rights to sue when they signed arbitration agreements upon their hiring.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds like some...
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but here's my thing, right? I'm pretty sure this isn't the only place this is happening.
No.
So, you really
No,
think
no
you really think about it. Women in gaming, you think about, like, I've seen plenty of, like, when I played in WoW, like, somebody said they were a girl in chat. It was done. It was done. The sexual harassment was on point. Like, it was for hours. So imagine in a studio where you have people who are just like, oh, you're a girl, you like video
grew up
games?
playing WoW?
Yeah. Kids who grew up playing WoW, they're like, League of Legends, you know? Oh, you're a girl, let me touch you. No, like, it's horrible. I think there's no place for it. And I think that practice of signing an arbitration agreement upon their hiring is just like...
Yeah, it's something you don't think about at the time when you're super excited to get
you're
your
like,
job at Riot.
Oh my God, Riot, I've been wanting to play... I play your game forever.
Yeah.
But now you're looking back at it and you're like, shit, why did I sign that? Like, I can't sue because somebody's trying to grab my ass or making sexual innuendos every other day when I'm trying to just come in and do my job, something I enjoy. So now these women who love doing this are now being like, once they leave Riot, they might not work in another game company ever again. Unless they create their own. And even at that, somebody like Riot could just try and get them blackballed them, you know, just pushed right out of the industry. So
yeah, I guess I want to think the best and that this is something that they're working on because they said that they were doing so in recent interviews. But this does not seem like it's matching up with what they're saying. So anyway, I wish the people the best that are dealing with this type of BS, but like, I don't know, just the gaming culture as a whole has to be more inclusive.
Completely.
To not just women, you know, minorities and, you know, any type of non-white man.
Right.
So anyway, I'm glad that this type of thing is being talked about more and that people are feeling more empowered to speak up, even though this is reasons why they don't. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're guys just talking about all the women and stuff like that, but if anybody wants to chime in, feel free to let us know.
Yeah,
in the comments below. But honestly, once again I say, you know, Riot can set the precedent of what's going to happen across the industry with what they shouldn't have taken these people, the two women into, you know, private arbitration. You know, it just once again goes to like they're trying to outmuscle them.
Yeah,
I think they should.
Which obviously they have the resources to do.
Oh, completely. I think they should have came out and owned it. Like, yes, we had a very, you know, negative environment, you know, and very sexual. You know, I think it's not conducive for work space, but we're working on it. We're all over it.
I think they actually did do that, but that now when it actually comes to like, oh wait, I'm gonna actually maybe get sued. Screw that.
You got to back up and kind of and throw the lawyers at it. But I think still they should have just been like, you know what you're asking for, what is it? Even if the women were asking for $1 million a piece, think about it. I think in a month they most likely do that in micro transactions.
Oh, more than that.
So you know they could have stood to lose some money. Yeah. And really cemented that yes, we are trying to tackle this issue.
To change,
you know. Mm-hmm. So that's where I stand with it. You know, I think they could have lost a couple dollars because it wouldn't have affected them in their revenue, you know, reports at the end of fiscal. But that's them. They handle it behind the closed door how they do. What I hope is that if they don't make the right choices, this should hopefully all the women that are playing League of Legends, hopefully they drop off. You know, hey, stop playing for at least and stop buying microtransactions for a month. Yeah, let them feel it.
Go on strike.
Yeah, at least go on micro. I mean, if you love the game, keep playing the game.
But don't spend money on it.
Yeah, don't spend money. I think that's a good way to
because
stick it to them.
Well, it's not enough, but
it's not enough.
But at least make it
just
known,
talk
you know?
about it. Just make sure if you're online, you're playing a game, you see a woman being harassed, just say like, hey, that's no bueno.
I definitely encourage all the women streamers who are doing it. Don't spend the money that people who are watching your streams and giving to you. Don't spend it on the game for at least for now until you feel like women aren't being protected in the workspace and at Riot at least. Ban the microtransactions for now.
Mm-hmm.
Do something. Don't stop playing it. People want to see you play it on Twitch, but take a stance somehow. People still most likely enjoy you taking the middle lane. So keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. To all the League of Legends female streamers watching.
What would you ladies?
League of Legends is a financial program.
Oh, is that what I said? Excuse me. So moving on, next story in the news, we've got continued rumors of a smaller Nintendo Switch. One source, I believe it was Bloomberg, noted that it's coming in late June, which seems very soon. Another source says fall. But anyway, what do we think about... And there was also rumors, but those seem to be kind of pushed on the back burner. Apparently there's rumors of it having some trouble in development about the kind of more upscale Switch, whatever that looks like.
The Switch Pro.
The Switch Pro. So they're...
Or XL.
Or XL.
How they like calling it over at Nintendo some of these times,
Mm-hmm. We'll see. The Super Switch.
Or the new Nintendo Switch.
I hope they don't do that again.
Ding dong XL Switch.
I mean, there's like new Super Mario Bros. Now is like 15 years old. I don't know.
All right. But they like slapping the new right at the beginning and everything. It's upgraded version.
So anyway, I guess I just wanted to ask you guys what you thought about a smaller, more portable focus, maybe a more kid-friendly Switch. Is it something you would ever want? Is it something you'd ever get your kid? That type of thing.
We'll start with Tyler.
I wasn't going to say, it's probably more applicable to you, though, because I can totally see why this appeals to more like families.
Yeah.
Because people who have multiple people in their family that want to play the Switch, maybe mom or dad wants to play the Switch and they have their own games and stuff like that, but then the kids at the same time, they want to play their Switch.
They're deleting their saves. They're like, holy shit, I had 85 shrines, I'm going to kill you.
Right, exactly. So having a more accessible Switch, a smaller Switch that costs a little bit less than the standard Switch, definitely works in the favor of families for kids growing up and who want to have their own system, for households that have multiple people that want to maybe play a game together or something like that.
What about like form factor? What do we predict from that? Like, is it going to have Joy-Cons detachable? Is it going to be dockable?
So what I will say is that if they make a smaller one, right, it won't have detachable Joy-Cons, right?
So what if like you spill something on them?
I think
I guess that's
what they're going for.
Yeah.
So I think what they're going for with the smaller Switch is more of a inline hybrid of a Nintendo DS and a Switch. It's more geared towards the portable, nature of it. I think that's what they're gonna go with. Make it smaller, make it more portable. So you could take it out. And when you're really playing portable, I don't think a lot of people do detach the Joy-Cons, but some don't. Some are in a train or long bus rides and are just playing it handheld.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it's gonna be geared towards, the people who don't play it with the detached Joy-Cons and use the kickstand to stand it and Joy-Cons detached out. But then again, that also kind of limits some of the games you play. I think ARMS, you have to detach the Joy-Cons if you want to play it sometimes, right?
True.
So you won't be able to play games like that where detaching the Joy-Cons...
So maybe you can dock it and then use other Joy-Cons?
Maybe, but then that becomes a nuisance. Because then because I can promise you that what they'll do is, at least what I predict that they'll do is they'll make a smaller Switch, but it won't bring the dock either.
Exactly, that was what I was going to say.
It'll be smaller, it'll be less pricey, but will come with no dock. It'll be smaller and won't have detachable Joy-Cons.
That's pretty much exactly what I was
going
to
to be dockable.
It'll still be dockable. If you want to
spend $90 on the dock or use the dock you already have, I think that's what they're going to do.
I agree.
I think it'll be $199. I think it'll have no HD rumble.
Nope.
And I think it'll have a slightly, maybe not even a smaller screen, because with the Switch, it's got those black bars around the screen. If you made it smaller, and it could still have the same size screen if you got rid of those black
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what the borders.
Yeah, the borders.
Yeah.
So that's my prediction.
they get rid of the borders, bring it in about that's like a quarter of an inch, right? Let's say a quarter of an inch, bringing in a quarter of an inch from each side, and you got the screen.
Maybe make it a little sturdier. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
I
the
think
2DS.
and this will be on a limb, but I don't think they'll up the memory slightly. But they won't allow you to increase the memory. They'll put in a micro SD slot. You know, I don't think it'll be there because this is more geared towards the kids. Kids aren't gonna really need all this crazy.
But is
space.
it cheaper for them to?
Kids are gonna eat the microwave.
I think they'll keep it 32, and I think if they don't make it expandable, that it loses pretty much all appeal to the core gamers.
Well, it's not for the core gamers. It's for the casuals.
True.
For the casual gamer. You know, so
I wonder how much it
we'll
costs
see.
to put in an SD slot.
So we'll see. I think
Probably not much.
I don't know with how cheap the SD cards are going nowadays. You know, I'm pretty sure they could up the memory a little bit with the money they're saving from the screen and no docks in the box and everything. They could
Make
still
it 64 or something.
make it 64 and call it a day. Make it smaller. You know, because it's not going to be one of those that you're going to dock, so you're not going to even have that space for the kickstand. So how you're going to open it for no reason. You're never going to take the Joy-Cons off of it because it's not detachable. So I could see them not making it so that you can expand the memory, but just keeping it 64 or even what is it 128. I could even see them going 128 because even right now I think you go on Amazon and 128 is like $40 for an SD card. So I'm pretty sure it's cheap for them to just throw in a 128 gig.
Maybe, but I think that would make the regular Switch people annoyed. Like,
I feel like that. I feel like the regular Switch people are already moving on to the new Nintendo Switch when that one drops.
Whatever that is.
Early 2020.
I just came up with another prediction. It'll come out in November, and it'll be bundled with one of the two new Pokemon games for $249.99.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, I can buy into that. I can buy into that because you know what? Yes, you have all the core Pokemon fans are people like me. You know, I grew up with Pokemon, but you got little kids who would love Pokemon. You know, and that one looks like it's gonna be a great Pokemon for entry game for a little younger kid. And
Maybe
just
first RPG.
and sell it off. You know, sell it off with a bundled smaller. You know, make it a Pikachu one. You know, whatever Eevee themed. You know, small compact Switch and call it a day. And they'll bundle it for $250, like you said.
Done deal.
Done deal.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be sold out the first week.
Make it happen, Nintendo.
Yeah. Write the check.
Will it into existence.
Remember us when you do it if you didn't think about this.
Yeah. Yeah, Reggie.
Oh no, not Reggie no more. Bowser.
I
Yeah,
know.
Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser. All right, moving on. More Nintendo news. Mario Kart Tour, the upcoming mobile-only Mario Kart game, will bring the beloved Nintendo racing franchise to mobile. Talk about redundant. Has opened registrations for its closed beta. Mario Kart fans who would be interested in joining the closed beta testing may sign up through the QR code on the game's official website. Sending in an application does not guarantee a spot in the closed beta test, as there are only a limited number of slots. As the number of applicants will likely exceed the number of possible participants, Nintendo will be randomly selecting who will get the first peek at Mario Kart Tour.
What? Where's that QR code? I need to get in there.
Yeah, I think we should definitely try.
Yeah, I think, all three of us now, but Anthony also. I think we all throw in a shot and hopefully somebody gets in on it. And we'll just pass the phone around and try it out.
Yeah, so I mean, Mario Kart on a phone could be pretty cool. It's a pretty, it could be awesome. I mean, like
it's gonna be a battery killer.
Yeah, exactly. That too. I think if they are having it look anything close to like the way 8 looks on the Wii U, or the Switch. But anyway, I think
It's gonna be like motion control. Do you think it'll be like tilt?
That's an interesting.
If it's
idea.
not, then they missed the whole point. If it's not motion control, then it's missed it.
Yeah, I think that it will be actually. Now that you said that.
Yeah.
Because I never played the Wii one. I played it at people's houses, but I never owned it. So
I think you can do the Nintendo Switch one as motion control too.
I think it does. Yeah. You can do
with
either one.
You could buy the wheel,
So you can just use the Switch.
Joy-Con.
But who wants to just use the Joy-Con? You gotta buy the wheel.
I had a couple friends come over and play one time, and they spent most of the time playing the Wii one. I was a big, like, the Mario Karts that I've gotten really into are the Game Boy Advance one, the GameCube one, and the Wii U one. I kind of skipped the Wii one for whatever reason, but so they were over and they were like switching from side to side and just getting real into it. And I was like, it's a lot easier just to use a joystick.
No, it's not the same thing, Wiley.
So is that what you do?
Well, yeah. I'm a pro. Catch me on the pro circuit. All right.
Catch you on the Mario Kart tour.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's mobile offerings so far have been a pretty, I think, mixed bag success-wise. I think that Fire Emblem game actually did pretty well for them.
I enjoyed that one.
But Mario Run, I think, fell below their expectations. Didn't set the world on fire, that's for sure.
That was a microtransaction grab.
What was?
Mario Run? Well, that was just pure, like, hey, spend some money.
I thought it was just...
Unlock all the rest of the levels.
Well, that's a macro transaction.
Yeah, that's what it was. A microtransaction grab. That's all they did it for.
I think they originally this was going to be $10, like flat out, but then it was like you can at least play the first world. I might be mistaken in that.
Maybe, yeah. I think it was the first world. You play it like 3 levels, and that was it.
I mean,
for free.
$10 for a new Mario game, but that sounds like a deal. But gamers are super cheap with phone games, somewhat understandably. But
you know what? Yeah, I'm definitely cheap when it comes to a phone game.
Yeah, people are like, $3? Are you out of your mind?
I got my phone just so it could look nice and call the fiance, call the kids, whatever. I'd rather play my games on the consoles.
Yeah, I mean, Ding Dong XL.
Yeah, you said
the most time I've played on a phone in years.
You said Ding Dong XL on the phone and Switch. I ignored the phone part and I went directly to the Switch.
I did the same exact thing.
I played it on Switch and then I was like, I would really want to be playing this on the toilet right now, so I got it again. Ding Dong XL.
But the Switch goes with me everywhere. So
I was thinking about that today in the bathroom too. I was like, I just be playing this game on the phone if I buy it out here. Good sirens are on our end, not yours.
Nice, Tyler.
Are we gonna throw in there, Tyler? You want to bring us in real quick? We'll mix it in right now.
Oh yeah, some new Persona 5 news.
Persona 5 was announced last week on Thursday, I believe. Persona 5 on the Switch. Not the game you're thinking of, but
yeah.
Persona 5 Scramble. The Phantom somethings.
I want to look up the title, but you can talk a little bit more about it.
So it kind of just looks like a third-person beat-em-up style game.
Like a Dynasty Warriors?
Like a Dynasty Warriors, where you're just kind of like going around as a phantom thief and bashing a bunch of enemies and mashing buttons and stuff like that. It kind of looks cool if you're into that kind of thing, but it's definitely not the Persona 5 that we've all known and loved.
Yeah, I've been hoping for on the Switch. I thought they were going to come out with the Royal for the Switch, and it was going to kind of like how Persona 4 Golden came out on Vita.
Yeah.
But like I was hearing on another podcast, Sony must have something going with Atlas where it's like mainline Persona games are only on our console. Because why wouldn't they? It would be a slam dunk. They would.
Oh, completely.
They would sell I don't know about million. Probably, yeah, including Japan, millions of copies on the Switch. Okay. So that was a bit of a bummer for me. I mean, the game did look neat. I never got into Dynasty Warriors because I guess it's like developed. And the full title is Persona 5 Scramble: The Phantom Strikers.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
And I don't know how anybody can think of the word scramble without just instantly thinking eggs. I don't know.
I like my eggs sunny side up. That's why.
I like my eggs persona'd.
Have you tried Persona 5 Scrambled over hard mode?
My eggs had a little dash of arsene in it.
Arsenic? What?
No arsene. Huh. Offensive.
Arsene is his persona. The Joker.
We got the Persona 5 hardcore people who instantly know most. They call Tyler out in the comments below.
We got him on PlayStation. I got like 6 or 7 confidants in my first run.
Okay, not bad.
I'm about to pull up Tyler's achievements on that as well. Let's take a look at it.
Definitely not flat.
No, definitely
not. No. I just added Wiley on the PlayStation, and I saw, what is it, like 20 platinums on yours?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
A lot of those are Telltale games, I'll admit. So maybe 6 or 7 of them were just for finishing a game. But
I was like, my at least the PlayStation, I really don't play it that much. I just started playing it. But I was still hurting. I've never 100% like all achievements a game, and I was like platinums. Thought these were myths. They're actually a thing.
There was a time where I was pretty going hard after them, and I even platinum. My name is Mayo, so that's a little embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
he was over here trophy
I
hunting.
do really wish that Persona 5 came to Switch because I would have downloaded that right away and put another 100 hours into it.
Did they? Was this the same day where they talked a little bit more about what the Royal Persona 5, the Royal, and other terribly uncatchy
No, it was
names?
not the same day. The Royal was announced a little bit earlier in the week, or like the week before. The Royal is just kind of the same game as Persona 5 with some extra story built into it.
Just what it needed.
Enhanced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most likely another 20 to 30 hours on top of the 100+ hours we got, right?
I think my playthrough was 108.
Yeah, mine was around that time frame as well. And
You beat it too?
Yeah, I beat it.
Right.
Yeah, at the end, I was like, I'm pretty sure if I had cameras in my home, all my fiance saw was me standing furiously across from my TV trying to beat the last couple bosses.
They're hard.
Because they were hard as shit.
Yeah.
You gotta have the right personas.
I might have put it down to
What?
easy.
You gotta have the right personas.
Listen, Tyler, did you beat the Phantom in the Mementos? No, you didn't. All right.
And you don't need to.
I beat him. All right. Even though I cheated, I beat him.
Even though I cheated, I cheesed the shit out of it. I beat it. Okay.
There's a legit way to cheese it and just never really have it attack you and it die.
Sounds
Completely extra cheesy. But I got the trophy. That's all that matters.
Nice. Don't even know.
And
what
it gives
referring
like
to.
60,000 experience points. So I went up like a couple levels.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so last one's not really news, but I thought it was a fun story, and it's going to kind of take us into our question of the show, which is a new thing we're doing. So there was this Minecraft streamer named Filza. He apparently had a 5-year-long run in Minecraft's permadeath hardcore mode. Years of dedication and near misses swept aside by a flaming baby zombie in the enchanted gold armor. So yeah, I watched some of his reaction to after this had happened. You know, he's this likable looking British dude saying, "Fuck, damn it, I'm so stupid."
Bloody hell.
Yeah, bloody hell.
You wanker.
Anyway, that
5 years.
5 years.
Minecraft server.
That's nuts. I wonder how many hours that translates to, and I wonder how many were live streamed. So I don't know all the specifics, but anyway, good on you, Filza. That's some crazy ass shit, but. So I was wondering, what game have you spent the most time with in your life?
Well, no, I'll swing that over to Tyler's first.
All right, my answer is like easy. I know it right off the top of my head. Rocket League is my #1 game of all time. I've probably easily sank over 200 hours into that game between PlayStation when it came out on PS Plus for free.
I think you've put in more than that, man.
Yeah, over 200.
Yeah, over 200. I think maybe like 3, 4. I mean, I don't know for sure, but you are like playing it a lot.
There have been times where I played it for a very long time when it first came out on PlayStation Plus, and then I kind of like took a break for a little while. I built my own PC. Then I started playing it on PC for a really long time because I thought it felt better on PC.
Like 200 FPS.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I moved, and I didn't hook my PC up for a while, so I started playing it on PlayStation again for a really long time. And so just between those two consoles, I've easily just sank in so many hours into it.
So what about Rocket League is what keeps you coming back?
So good. I'm not terrible at it.
That's really what you need. Feel like you're good at a game and for it to be good. Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not like repetitive or anything because your rank is always growing, and I feel like I never really had anybody to play with, so I was always getting thrown into matches with random people. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they were crappy. I mean, I feel like I was stuck a lot of the time in a certain rank just because I didn't have like a consistent partner or anything like that.
Gotcha.
But I still had like a hell of a time playing the game like all through those years.
Nice. Yeah, I played Rocket League when it first came out on PS Plus. and I platinumed that one. It's got a pretty easy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one, and I actually did this trick. So there's this trophy where you have to like drive such and such kilometers, and so what you can do is like you can take a rubber band and make it so your two joysticks are just holding together, and you're just driving around in a circle.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just like went to college one day, came home, and
We had the achievement.
trophy popped. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but that's a super good one. How about you, Kenny?
In all reality, I'm trying to think. I feel like I have some undiagnosed ADHD or something. I really don't spend too much time on,
If you don't know your
on one game.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like
But-
I jump around a lot.
I will say, I think across all the releases of it, I would say that either Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2.
Really?
I think because I revisit it all the time whenever it gets released, then I play it, beat it again. So I've beaten that game about 3-4 times,
Okay.
and I come back to it every single time I can. Like I enjoy that series so much. I beat part 3 on the PlayStation 4. They got critical mode now. I'm about to beat it on the Xbox One. So
Wow, you have it on PS4 and Xbox?
well, I game share with my best friend.
Oh,
so
right.
so he bought it. So I'm about to beat that copy.
That's cool.
Call it a day.
Get some more achievements.
Yes, I'm on my road to 100,000. Even though it sounds minuscule.
Nah, it's way more than I mean, I'm very much a PlayStation first.
We noticed.
Yeah, but
I added you just yesterday, and I saw the trophy.
Yeah, I got a few.
I almost canceled my friend request after.
But yeah, so my answer has got to be the Destiny franchise, especially Destiny 2. It's got to be at least the 300, 400 hour mark if you include the first game, double that. I think the shooting feels incredible. I'm actually kind of into the lore now. It took a while, but Bungie really stepped it up with Forsaken. I think it's a great social game. It's definitely better when you got people playing with you. Like when 2 dropped, it was like everybody was loving it for 6 weeks, and then people started finding issues with it, not liking the Crucible and stuff like that. But I stuck with it. Most of my friends dropped off, which is a bummer. But yeah, it's just I got a vault with 200 guns in it. I like collecting the different exotic armors, trying out different perks with the legendary weapons. It does get old sometimes, and then I put it down for a few weeks, and then I just get that urge to pick it back up again. So it's either that, and second place is the original Halo, which I played just countless hours in my friend's basement and in my basement as a 13-year-old. And yeah, I probably played the campaign literally dozens of times, and so yeah, I really like Bungie.
Yeah, but they're good.
Yeah.
I like the writing. They do well.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
You want to introduce the next section?
Oh, me to introduce it?
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Really?
You're giving me the honor?
I'm doing it.
Oh my
This is your thing.
Thank you
This is your thing.
so much. Is mine?
Yeah.
All right. So this next section, we're gonna talk about our new segment.
NES homework. It's the section where we take. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Is it actually called NES Homework?
I think that's a good name.
Okay. We're gonna call it NES Homework. And every week we're gonna pick a new NES game on the Nintendo Switch Online. And
Try to not to break the Switch, right?
Exactly.
No, not. Yeah, exactly. So last week the game that I picked was Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and
I
Goblins.
wanted to say
Ghosts and Ghouls.
but it's Ghosts and Goblins. And we each played it for at least a half an hour, and now we're going to see what our impressions are.
Yeah.
So, Wiley, tell us what your impressions are first.
2019 gamers are a bunch of big babies because if
you can't beat Sekiro, then you can't play Ghosts and Goblins.
Right, like I just coming through Sekiro, and I mean that's hard in a completely different way, but this is just straight up level 1. You're just gonna die and die and die, and I've never been too great at like action 2D platformers. Because I kind of started with the PlayStation. It's not what I grew up with. I've always been kind of had to go back and learn those skills. Like I'm good with like 2D Mario and stuff, but like Mega Man I'm shit at. But anyway, yeah, so this game you start out in some type of like crypty graveyard, you've got a spear,
Your girlfriend's there.
Your girlfriend's there, you're going towards a castle, and that's really all you need to know. This game was it was an arcade game, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it was a complete quarter suck. I mean, like, if maybe it was easier on arcade, maybe the NES port was like...
I doubt it.
I bet it was a little bit easier, but maybe not. So, yeah, I mean, I got to the end of level 1. I did not... I had some fun. I hope next week's game is a little bit more... holds up a little better than this one does. I enjoyed it from like a historical perspective. Just sort of, you know, I've also heard that the Super Nintendo Ghosts and Goblins is like notoriously difficult as well. I might try it again.
Probably not.
But probably not.
I'm not going to.
No.
I got to the end of level 1 and beat the guy at the gate and kept on going and maybe made it through like halfway level 2, and
it's bullshit how you start with 2 lives. Like, why not 4? Like, or 3? Like,
I mean, you can continue once you get to a certain point.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh.
It actually took me a while on Switch to realize that the select button or like the minus button switched from like 1 player to 2 player to continue.
Yeah, I never figured that out. I was like, why can't I do continue?
You're always starting from the beginning.
I was, yeah. I was like, I guess this is just here for show. What about you, Kenny? What do you think?
My impression is that I was dreadfully waiting for Monday to come so we could pick a new game.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Last Monday, I literally went home, laid in bed next to my fiance, and I went to sleep upset. Like, I was playing it for like 45 minutes. I even threw up a quick little 30-minute video.
He just threw up. He threw up everywhere.
I threw up everywhere mentally.
My fiance is like, this is not gonna work.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god.
Ghosts and Goblins ruined my marriage.
Oh yeah, she most likely was next to me telling me to calm down. She's like, it's just a game. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, I know that it's just a game.
Yeah,
No one's telling me it's just a game.
So my impression, oh man, Tyler, that felt so lonely. So my impression was legitimately, I just needed Monday to hurry so we could pick a new game. I don't care what it is.
Well, anyway,
it could be NES Golf.
Week 1's in the books, and I'm going to give Kenny the honor of choosing this week's NES Game of the Week.
Tyler dropped the ball last time.
Here it is. No worries, have no fear.
We got a basket. We got a basket. We got a basket. NES homework of the week. Beep. And what do we have?
Gradius.
Great. I was playing that.
Oh, okay, nice. That's
That's a good one.
That's like a top-down shooter, right? Like a spaceship shooter.
Yeah.
Kind of like Galaga.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
I was actually playing that a little bit this past week.
Cheater.
Cheater.
It's a really tough game.
Well, most of these old school games, as we're learning,
are tough.
Yeah, like Kirby's Adventure on there is like the easiest NES game I've definitely played, and still got a little challenge.
Gradius is a good pick. Good pick. I like it.
Nice. So
I'll play it a little bit more.
Hopefully, I like this pick better than last week's.
Yeah,
you probably will.
Yeah, I think so.
But even Gradius, that game, I was only able to get probably through like half a level.
So why don't we start allowing save states for these?
We can, I
mean,
guess.
sure.
Fuck, yeah. If you want to use them, I'm going to try not to use them, but the feature's there, and we're a bunch of babies, so.
Exactly. I think once again, I'll rage on that and to take out my sorrows on Tyler in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to that. Right after this.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we got a pizza on the line.
I got pizza to win.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, we do. Can't wait for that.
All right. Who wants to close it out? Who wants to send us off? Who wants to bring us home?
All right, that has been episode 1 of the Level With You show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next Monday or Tuesday. Still not sure we're going to upload this, but
we'll try to get it on a regular schedule. And yeah, stay level.